Chris Douglas again. Under the tax code of the 1950s, Americans became world envied for our upward mobility and our broadening middle-class prosperity. But over time, the tax code that encouraged the wealthiest of Americans to circulate their money for the benefit of society rather than hoard it for themselves became this. Today, it doesn't matter whether you make $6 million or $600 million or $6 billion a year. The most you'll have to pay on any income above $600,000 is 37%. Today's tax code is the result of the influence of a small group of very rich Americans. Their goal? Hold on to as much money as possible, to the point that just a few are holding on to more money and controlling more of the economy than the vast majority of Americans combined. But this doesn't help the economy at all. In fact, it hurts it. And you don't have to take my word for it. If we look at just one major change in each decade since the 1960s, the evidence is clear. The first major change came in 1965, when the top tax bracket was eliminated altogether. While we still had 25 brackets, the highest bracket became $200,000, as if no one ever made any money at levels higher than that. At the same time, the top rate dropped from 90% to 70%. Even as this shift occurred, some ultra-rich Americans were realizing that if they had to spend money, they might as well spend it to lobby our politicians and to change the rules in their favor. A network of institutes and think tanks, like the American Enterprise Institute, the Heritage Foundation, Americans for Prosperity, the Cato Institute, Americans for Tax Reform, and more, were created to impact and influence policy right at the point of its creation. By 1988, the tax code had changed so much from the 1950s that it's unrecognizable as the same country's tax code. Just two tax brackets, with the top bracket bringing middle-class Americans making $30,000 a year together with billionaires. This helped the very, very rich disappear in the tax code and start getting treated like everyone else. Since then, there have been some changes to the top tax rates and brackets, but generally, Americans who are making unfathomable amounts of money are paying close to the same rates as Americans who are struggling to get by. These charts might say a lot, but what does it all mean? For our nation, our changing tax code has resulted in stagnating wages, mounting national and household debt, suffocating public goods and services, and a slowing economy for the many, and the accumulation of staggering fortunes for a very few.